Digital is really highlighting that companies cannot go down this route and succeed alone. And I think we see plenty of examples in which digital has been successful through the creation of ecosystems and the leverage and the power that ecosystems create. And in the end, these ecosystems, really the supply chain is a fundamental part of that ecosystem. So I think there are so many good examples, maybe outside of some of these core industries, in the wider world where ecosystems have been very effective. And I think that's the model that people need to look for. Definitely, I think what we need is sort of tier ones need to be able to articulate a way in which their supply chain becomes a partnership and not, as you say, just a way of extracting. I think digital can provide both the security and the openness and the data integrity that makes these things, first of all, simpler to implement. I mean, I think historically open supply chains have been very, very hard in terms of sharing the data, so I think digital can open that up in a big way. And then technologies such as blockchain can provide ways of creating security around it. So I think there's technology that is facilitating that, but there still needs to be willingness and leadership from the tier ones to make it happen. Well, I think most industrial companies have been thinking about using digital or how to use digital for the optimization of their core operations, and that's been, you know, the sort of Industry X.O story for some time. What we tell them is that that's really only half the story. It's a very important one, and there's lots of benefit to be gained from it. However, we think that companies are building smart, connected products now. And to exploit the value of those products, they can now understand how their products are being used in real time by their customers. And that should create tremendous opportunities for new value, for new revenue streams, for greater customer engagement. So what we would tell them is don't just focus on that sort of below the line optimization. Make sure you really look at how you're driving your top line and your business and creating greater emphasis for your customers and greater value. And that's a business that we've created, an end-to-end set of digital services. We call it Industry X.O, and it's bringing that whole digital transformation value to the industrial world. I think really it sort of falls into two categories. The first and probably the most serious is really to do with people and the cultural change associated with new technologies. Scared of failure. That's how large companies have been built in many cases for over many years. So a lot of resistance there. Some of it is generational. Many of these decision makers in large corporations struggle with new technology and struggle to understand its value, or just can't believe that there's a different way of working. And then the second area, I think, is just having a new mindset in terms of how you can operate in a digital world. So being more agile, reducing product development life cycles, being very comfortable with failure and trying and moving on, and really focusing on creating proofs of value around new technology and seeing how it fits in the business.